Okay, we back with live stocks out here. Okay, so the market is clearly crashing, and even in the after hours, it's crashing. I generally go to a lot of people that have a lot of information, the smart people, the people that have the insight and the know-how, or not the know-how, just the insight on the market, what's going on at all times. Constant streamers, people that are up on it all the time, because you have. I obviously do my own independent research, which everybody should do, but it is also good to constantly be up on the streamers and the people that are aware of the things that you're not aware of, and at the times that you're not aware of it, because you can't be on these things 24/7. So somebody that I generally listen to is Meet Kevin, very large YouTuber, and he has this response to the market crash and the after hours. So let's listen to this. Sorry, where's the volume? What is going on here? Let's get that volume up.
Hey everyone, me Kevin here. The S&P 500 has eradicated all of its 2021 gains, just like ARK Invest, which is down over 25% from its peak. Unfortunately, now the market is continuing to get battered. Futures are down.
Okay, there's a lot of lag here for some reason.
The Chinese
Let's get this. The bar is all the way up here. Maybe I just lower the resolution real quick. And hopefully this helps the stream. Very late night stream. Things happen sometimes. It is what it is. Wow. I've never seen a lag like this. Experiencing interruptions. Yeah, this is new. And it's in 360. What is going on here? Terrible connection today.
stock market has opened down. We have after hours not looking pretty. We had a pretty dang big sell-off today, and now we got 16% of a loss at Super League Gaming. We got Agora down 6%. The backbone behind Clubhouse, we got Sens down, CCIV down another 5.5%, under $23. Pinterest, Lemonade, Vroom, Neo, Tesla, you name it. Tesla's sitting at $600 a share. What's the market going to open like tomorrow? We have absolutely no idea, but in this video, we're going to talk about, will this crash keep going? What is causing this madness?
What is causing this?
And what do I think about it? When do I think it's going to end? What's it going to take? Let's talk. So first, let's give a shout out here to our boy Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer on CNBC thinks that the market is flooded with investment opportunities. He mentions SPACs, he mentions big IPOs coming like Coinbase and Roblox, plus there are shareholder lockup expirations at newly IPO'd and newly SPAC merged companies that could potentially lead to a massive glut of stocks available on the market for purchase. And as we know, when supply goes up, price goes down. And this is why Jim Cramer believes that the market might have further to fall. On top of what Jim Cramer said, you also have the crypto craze. Do you pick Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano? Do you pick all of them? Do you put a little bit into all of them? Do you put money into NFTs? Do you put money into real estate? There are literally so many freaking endless opportunities right now that it's not just what Jim said, but it's all of the opportunities combined right now that kind of start making us feel like, oh crap, we're kind of running out of money. In fact, I just ran a poll on Twitter, which if you don't yet follow me on Twitter. You can follow me at RealMeatKevin. And in the first 35 minutes of the poll, 3,700 of you voted, and 58% of you have said, I'm out of money.
Are we really about to watch an ad right now? Oh, hell to the nah. I couldn't get through the first couple minutes without an ad here. Okay. Skip ads. Can we at least do that? This is the worst connection I've ever had while on a stream. At least the stream's going well. It's just loading things on the stream. It's actually been pretty terrible. Just even clicking on the window here, it's pretty rough. pretty rough, but we're digesting the message so far, hopefully. But we're not going to get through all 21 minutes. We're probably going to stop around the 8-minute mark when he's complete his full analysis of what's going on in the market. Hopefully this loading doesn't continue to be this slow. I seen the loading bar much further than it was actually up here. This is pretty pretty agonizing. I've never seen this type of slow connection on my internet before. Maybe I restart the stream because that happened last time, and then the next one was crispy. Oh, here we go again.
6% of you said that you're selling stocks and not buying. So the most of you are diamond handing this. And 36% of you said you have money left over to invest. So only about a third of you actually have money to invest right now. Now, let me be clear. I am aware that the vast majority of us following me certainly are probably retail investors, which kind of supports this narrative that, yeah, we're kind of running out of opportunities here because we have too many opportunities but not enough cash, which is a problem. That makes it hard for us to prop up the market by buying the dip. So what then can turn this market around? Well, in my opinion, it's actually what's causing this market to fall, and that is institutional investors. I personally think institutional investors are doing what they deem to be safe bets right now. I personally believe it's institutional investors, the big hedge funds, the big money managers that are trying to protect their clients and their pension funds and their whatever health insurance companies or whatever it is that they represent, their municipalities or whatever, and they're trying to protect their clients, and they're saying, tech's overvalued. Tech is passé. We're in a tech wreck right now. Let's invest your money into a diversified portfolio of the John Deere and the Home Depot, and let's throw some Disney in as well. And how about some Carnival Cruise Line? They'll pay off their debt. They'll be okay. We're going to have a travel boom. Don't you want to go traveling after this pandemic where you've been locked up for over a year? Yeah, we'll invest into those things because that's where it's at. Personally, that's literally what I think is happening. I think institutional money is literally flowing out of tech and energy and some of these specs and going directly into recovery, although we're also seeing those stocks sell off a bit. So sure, while we might be seeing 15% declines in like a tech and we see, maybe modest declines or stability at Disney. Disney's still modestly declining. We see that as well. A lot of the money seems to be flowing over there. Some of the money is obviously getting caught up somewhere. Probably some of that money is getting caught up in shorts and puts, which are actually, in my opinion, artificially accelerating this decline as hedge funds gotta hedge because we don't want our clients to leave because we don't want our clients to think we're just doing the Cathie Wood and buying the dip. We want our clients to feel like they're protected by every complicated hedge option that exists, so we're going to short this market. Yes, that is, after all, what funds do. So what's the point? Well,
another commercial. Hey, yo, I can't take this with this slow.
So it's 10:30 on a Wednesday.
Christ, what is YouTube turned into? But I don't complain when I get them on my channel because that's revenue, so who's really complaining? Jeez, he just needs to get to the points that I need to be lamented on this show. But these commercials are just...
Apparently I've sold close to $3,000 in sales on Amazon already. Don't believe me? Come around, I'll show you. So as you can
Skip ads. Please do. Please do. Come on. I know you want to skip the ads. I know you want to stop freezing so I can get on with my show. What is going on here? Technical difficulties. It is what it is. There we go. let that bar touch up a little bit, because this is important for the markets in the morning, because a lot of people see these type of things and they sell off, and they got to understand that this isn't retail investors selling off. This isn't retail investors panicking and panic selling. A lot of retail investors are still buying the dip, but he's going to explain furthermore what's going on with the institutional investors, if this will allow me to play this. This video just came out. If I was able to take in the entire video and reiterate the message in my own terms, I would right now, but I've just started listening to this. I'm like, you know what? I should bring this to the stocks channel and let my audience listen to the things live that I'm listening to, and then we could actually get on and assess the markets and get to our analysis. But that's it. I think it's playing now.
Retail investors are
I feel like I'm in like 2005 with this.
screwing the market right now. This is not retail investors selling. This is institutional investors seeing start to a tiny transition, and now they're like, oh.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Okay. Oh, maybe rates going up, inflation happening. Move away.
Nope. 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 This is too much. Nope. No, we're not doing this. Nope. I'm not sitting here waiting through loading.
Away from the high value. Let's go away from tech and sheep on over.
Oh, but now it wants to load. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to download this video and bring this back to the stream. This is painful. Who wants to watch something loading this slow? This is like 2 decades old type of speed. What is this internet on right now? Let me get the heck off of this. Oh, we just got tragic news. Wayne Gretzky died. Whoa. I know he's in his later years, but Wayne Gretzky, you don't want to hear the GOAT going. That's terrible. Shit. I really wanted to get to the rest of this video before I broke down the rest of the markets and what's going on in the after hours, but I think I'm just going to have to X this. 1 second. Okay, if we look at the global markets right now, we can see the beating everywhere. The TSX, all the North American markets, European markets, Asian markets, everything in the red. Nothing survived. Everything's getting worse. We gotta scroll right over here into the after hours. And you see everything in the after hours down. XBI by some miracle up. Billy down after hours 6%. Down. Everything down in the after hours. This is just my stocks list. This is not even my full watch list. The full watch list. Everything down. Where's Tesla? Tesla's down near 600. If you want to get Tesla, I keep saying this. This is a great time to buy in Tesla because it's going to go right back up. And if I was able to finish showcasing the evaluation that Meet Kevin had after coming to a consensus of what's going on in the market, you would see why it's a great time to buy and not panic sell. What do we got? Where's Tesla? Let me pull up Tesla right now. Okay, so Tesla closed out the day at 621, went down 21 more dollars, 3% in the after hours, so it should be sitting around $600 flat right now going in to the pre-market for tomorrow. Pretty substantial losses for Tesla. As you can see, this is VWAP's up here. Okay. A lot of volume on this last order and closing hour. Great time to buy Tesla. It might bottom out more. From what he was speaking about, that's why I want to get the rest of the video. It could bottom out a little bit more, but the recovery would be pretty quick. I'm going to get the rest of the video. I'm going to download it. I'm going to redo the stream. I'm going to make sure this shit is proper because he has some great points in the video and he pulls up some great info. Let's get to the Bitcoin watch. A lot of people are here for the Bitcoin watch. I don't know if anyone's actually here for the stream right now. New channel. Things are going to come a little slow, but Bitcoin's on a lot of people's minds. A lot of people are taking their money out of the stock market because they kind of felt a crash like this was going to happen, and they speculating right now that Bitcoin might be the wave. Money in gold, money in crypto. Bitcoin top of the crypto, so you're going to go Bitcoin. But, very volatile, very up and down. You want to pull out to the past week. You can see, peaks and valleys. The trajectory looks pretty damn good to me, but I'm just expecting it to go right back up to 57,000 eventually. Not just going to be smooth in this candle right here, but eventually crypto's very up and down, and I expect it to definitely go back up. Bitcoin call sheet calls for next leg up to 77K. So they're thinking it's going to the moon. That's way past what my projections would be. I don't know. 77K, is that the target price for the annual growth, or is that what are we talking? Litecoin falls in bearish trade. Okay, so Bitcoin watch. Gotta stay active. You gotta stay active on your crypto watch. You can't take your eyes off the crypto because crypto trades 247. I'm gonna leave this here for y'all. we're gonna react to a video real quick. Bitcoin price hitting 1 million over the next 10 years is very reasonable, says Kraken CEO. So I'm gonna get that up on the board momentarily.
Well, Bitcoin is back above $50,000, but can the momentum hold? The coin reached all-time highs last month as institutional investors began pouring in. Coinbase, the largest crypto exchange in the United States, also recently announced they would be going public through a direct listing. Meantime, Bloomberg is reporting that Kraken, another U.S.-based exchange, is in talks to raise new funding, which could more than double the company's valuation. With me now, Kraken's founder and CEO, Jesse Powell. Jesse, thank you so much for joining us. So let's start on the price. It's above 50,000 now. Where do you think it's going?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Of course, we can only speculate, but when you measure it in terms of dollars, you have to think it's going to infinity, right? I mean, this national currency is only 50 years old. It's already showing extreme signs of weakness, and I think pretty soon people are going to start measuring the price of things in terms of Bitcoin. And I think the true believers will tell you that it's going all the way to the moon, to Mars, and eventually, will be the world's currency. So we won't be measuring the price of Bitcoin in terms of dollars, but in terms of what else you're going to be buying with it. Probably planets and other solar systems.
Okay, but let's try to put a number on it. What do you mean by infinity, the moon or Mars?
So, the people that are believers in Bitcoin see it's going to replace all of the world's currency. So that means basically whatever the market cap of the dollar is, the euro, all of that combined is what Bitcoin could be worth. I think, in the near term, people see it surpassing gold as a store of value. So, I think $1 million as a price target, within the next 10 years is very reasonable. To some extent, it comes down to the pace of which the U.S. continues to print money. Bitcoin has absorbed a lot of that inflation. I think people are increasingly looking to Bitcoin as a safe haven asset when the value of their quote unquote savings account, which is returning 0.0001% a year, which, is not even making up for inflation or even close to it, is looking more like a losings account. So, I think we're just going to continue to see more people pile into it. The younger demographic is certainly taking notice of it, and they see it as a better version of gold and something to protect them against all of this inflation that's happening.
Now, Jesse, we're reporting the round you're raising would put the valuation of the company at $10 billion. It could potentially double if there's demand. What can you tell us about that? And is that a step towards going public?
Yeah, we're certainly on track to go public. We've had a lot of inbound interest in financing and in people buying shares in the company. Personally, I think $10 billion is a low valuation. I wouldn't be interested in selling shares at that price. So, we're talking to a lot of interested parties. We may end up doing a primary financing. The company is cash flow positive. We got a very strong balance sheet. There's not really a reason to raise new capital other than possibly to accelerate the pace of acquisitions.
So when might you go public? Coinbase obviously just filed for their direct listing, and there's a lot of momentum.
Yeah, so it's something that we're exploring. Probably not this year, possibly next year. We've got SPACs lined up around the corner, beating down our door, looking to do something with us. I think that's an unlikely, I think, possibility for us, just given the size of the company relative to the size of these SPACs. So we'll probably do a direct listing. Well, hopefully sometime next year, but no guarantees.
Now, of course, Jesse, there are the skeptics, including potentially even the guy who's going to run the SEC, Gary Gensler. One of our Bloomberg opinion columnists wrote it this way. I just want to read it to you. There's a saying that the best way to make money in a bubble is to sell pickaxes to the gold miners. That is Coinbase's business. But Bitcoin exhibits a lot more fragility than true believers admit or realize. Bitcoin is all about confidence, and confidence has a funny way of disappearing in a flash. Does the fragility concern you at all? Does the uncertainty make you waver?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make me waver at all. You know, the Bitcoin programming has been the same. There have been very minor upgrades over the last 10 years that just make it more robust. The adoption has increased steadily over time. The system has just continued to prove itself. So I'm not worried about the price going up or down day to day. I mean, if you look at the 10-year chart, right, it's outperformed everything else in the universe. So there's, in my view, you know, I'm a long-term holder. There's no reason to sell Bitcoin, and I think a lot of other people are just waiting to buy the dip. These hodlers of last resort, they call themselves. You know, there are people who will never sell their Bitcoin, and they're just waiting, you know, to be able to spend it. So I'm not worried about it. You know, I think there are a lot of weak hands out there. They come in, they day trade, they don't really understand the fundamentals of Bitcoin. But I think there are enough people out there now that see that Bitcoin is the future and are holding long term. And you know, I do think if you're buying into Bitcoin out of speculation, then you know you should be committed to holding for 5 years, because the price could move up and down, you know, 50% on any given day, and you have to have strong conviction to hold through that.
Well, we launched our show 10 years ago, and if you bought $100 in Bitcoin back then, it would be worth $5 million today. Jesse Powell, Kraken founder and CEO, we will keep our eye on you. Thank you.
Okay, so that's the end of that. We're going to be right back with the Bitcoin Watch in a second.
Retail investors are screwing the market right now. This is not retail investors selling.
Our proven installation process ensures your gutters are in tip-top shape and
Decided to give this another shot, falling into the same problems. That is
prep to protect your home. Step 1, we clean your gutters. Step
this just doesn't want to go well. But, you know, it's a late night stream. We can kind of get away with this shit. Really and truly. Whoever is watching this, if you have the patience to endure, it is what it is, man. You're going to try this. We need this information.
Maybe rates going up. up inflation happening. Move away from the high value. Let's go away from tech and sheep on over to recovery plays, cash, shorts, puts, maybe some bonds. Maybe some of them are throwing money into Bitcoin, which could explain why Bitcoin has actually been relatively stable through some of the madness here. And that is relatively stable. I know Bitcoin is volatile, but surprisingly, it's been holding up relative to like tech stocks, right? Personally, that's what I think is happening. And what's fascinating, if this is true, is I would not be shocked to see that very soon, especially where these prices are heading, very soon, these institutional funds are all going to have moved over, and then they're going to go, wait a minute, Tesla looks pretty damn cheap right now. In fact, Cathie Wood just put out a new bullish statement on Tesla, which she hasn't yet. I'm projecting into the future, which she plans to do soon. She put out a new bullish research statement on Tesla, and she's right. Tesla is actually a value play. Why would we buy these indebted companies in dying industries when we can buy the next frontier at now a cheaper price? Hey, let's move back over. And then slowly we get that rotation back. We get people closing their short positions, which have been going up at a lot of companies. We get people selling off on their puts. We get people then taking money, these funds taking money, throwing them and rotating them right back into the Tesla, the Pinterest, the Etsy, the EXPI, and whatever. Possibly also consolidating other funds they have available, the cash they held, or bonds they bought. Who knows? Maybe bonds go back up and then they take the cash they invested in the bonds, throw that right back into these stocks, and we end up seeing a pretty instantaneous boom back. And this boom back is exactly what I want to basically prevent buying after. That is, I believe, simplifying my explanation here, I believe
All right, I'm not dealing with another commercial. I'm getting off of this. 1 second, folks. Okay, so something interesting happens while we were reacting or when we were watching those other videos. What happened with this candlestick right here? What is all this? Where's my volume sheet? Oh, I guess you don't get one for crypto, huh? That's a insane blip. Huh. Well, you heard it. This is why. Get your oven mitts ready for these hot stocks. And you buy dips. And if you don't have the stomach to buy dips and you don't have the stomach and the game plan, the strategy to, if you don't have a strong foundational strategy and you don't have the stomach to stand by your strategy and buy these dips, then maybe you should just hang tight and hold and not buy more and put more money at risk. But selling at this point is not it for a retail investor. I don't think any retail investors are selling off whenever it crashes like this. Everybody should have patience. I'm sure everyone has patience to stomach things like this. And if you don't, then you shouldn't really be putting your money into the market, or you should consider investing in an index fund, because getting an index fund, at least it's more secure than having these hot stocks and having these plays, especially people that went all in on Rocket, CCIV, MicroStrategies. MicroStrategy at one point was at 1,200, sitting back at 645. If you were one of those people that put all your money and you see all of this volatility, it's like you went in there like a crash test dummy. You didn't have a strategy, and you have to have a strategy. The market doesn't feel sorry for your pockets. MicroStrategy stocks sinks faster than Bitcoin's drop, and it's closely knitted with a Bitcoin. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these stocks, these crypto mining stocks, they're getting, whenever Bitcoin is up, they're up big and everyone thinks it's high and they're going to ride the wave straight to the promised land, and it's right back down when crypto goes right back down. And if you look at the news, what is this? MicroStrategy jump 6.9. What is this? The after hours? What do you mean jump 6.9? When did this happen? Oh, 1 day ago. Yeah, see, I thought this said an hour ago. I'm like, after hours, been closed, came in negative, not looking good for MicroStrategies. Well, clearly it's going to go up with base. The whole market's down. I'm not going to say it's not looking good for them. It's not even a big deal. At the end of the day, if you're in on these plays, you got a great time to buy dips. Great time. Best time to buy dips, actually. And just average down with your buy-ins, because it's going to continue to go down. People see recovery around the corner, but that's after, a lot of these sell-offs. Same thing happened last year. Great time to buy in last year was March. A lot of people missed the opportunity. The opportunity came right back around this year. Great time to buy in. So what I'm doing is actively buying dips. I'm looking for the biggest losses by percentage out of my portfolio, and I'm actively buying dips, especially the very volatile plays we have here, like Bilibili, which one day, let's go a week out. One day it's at 150, 157. That's what is this? The 12th of last month. Last month, 157. The market takes a little hit, right back to 120. Very up and down. This is too far of a scale to see exactly how up and down Bilibili is, but it is very up and down. A lot of volume here. I'm wondering why it doesn't get day traded as much, the way it's up and down through the day. But that's actually good for me. I don't like my long-term investments being day traded so much actively by day traders, because then there's a lot of shorting, there's a lot of stagnant, a lot of the times I see a lot of these things like Neo's being day traded actively, Palantir's being day traded actively, a lot of volatilities in the day markets with those two particular stocks. But if you're invested in them in the long term, it seems like their price, their value kind of gets stagnated by a lot of the shorts, and eventually it's gonna jump back. It's gonna jump up in the long term, but you have to have the stomach to get it through these times of day trading, because when it's a day trader gem, it's like a lot of those things I see a lot of the times, those stocks get put in this stagnant place until it just pops out and blows up, and then you see not quite of like the same thing as like a generic GameStop short squeeze, but you see these type of things. Once again, I'm not an expert. This is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. I'm going to leave this up in the background for a bit. We're going to get back at it with a couple of more reactions, a couple of more things to update people on the stocks going into the pre-market at 4 and the actual market when it opens up. Just make sure that if you are long-term investing, buy the goddamn dips. Don't get hoodwinked by the media or any of these people telling you that retail investors are selling off. That is not true at all. It is mostly institutional investors, and we heard the strategies. I played a lot of these videos giving the insight. And meet Kevin, multimillionaire, great YouTuber, one of the best stock watchers and analysts, independent analysts out here, investors. I take a lot of the things he says with great value. So when he says something, I take it in, I listen to it, I do my own research, of course. I bounce it off other stock watchers out here, but his word is pretty much stamped. So I'll take that. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this here for y'all. Oh, so I now see what happened to this point when it is in the 2 minute. Ooh, that was a very large red candlestick. I wish they could track the volume of Bitcoin interactions. I'm sure they can. I'm just too stupid to understand where it is in the Webull because I am a Wealth Simple user. But I'll get on it. Definitely, I'll get on it. We're gonna wrap up the Bitcoin watch, stock market watch updates. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna be back in the morning. We off. You're